la 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 la.
La 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 la.
Is that how you warm up?
No, I went with.
You actually. Anki, is this? Can you teach me to warm up? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, it
Yeah.
tickles.
It does tickle. It tickles right here and like the tip of your nose.
Welcome back, guys. It's nice to see you. We missed you. Anki, how you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good. Doing good. T. Now, don't get me wrong. Social distancing is still a thing.
It is.
For sure is.
Yeah.
But technically, our quarantine days are kind of gone. We said bye to quarantine a little bit ago.
Bye-bye.
You know, I'm definitely not going to miss it. But there are some trends that I didn't partake in
Yeah.
during quarantine. I'm kind of regretting it.
Okay.
You
Tell me,
know, like, for example, the purple hair trend.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
missed it. Like,
I
I
had a
should have done
friend.
something.
Yeah. I feel
I
like
did.
the freshmen/sophomore girls all dyed their hair purple.
They did.
That was
They
pretty
really
cool.
did. I should have
Yeah.
hopped in on that trend. But
You know what I
well.
missed out on? Anki?
Mm-hmm.
We had like 3 months of this quarantine.
Yeah.
I really missed my opportunity to jump on the thick eyebrow train. Like, I don't
Ah,
have a lot of
uh-huh.
hair, but I just feel like I could have gone full Hagrid in the
Full
quarantine.
Hagrid. I
Yeah,
would love
missed
that.
it.
We did miss it. Oh man, what else is on the trend? I missed the Crocs trend.
Was that a trend? Remember when it was like Crocs and like frilly socks?
Yes. Uh huh.
Wow. Can
Yeah.
we bring that one back? Because I didn't
No.
get that. But, you know,
Uh-huh.
also the chunky sneakers. Like, I'm like a basic shoe person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chunky sneakers. I hopped onto that trend for sure.
You
I
do.
want a
They're
pair.
cool.
I
You
love
rock
them.
them.
They're my
Especially because,
favorite.
you know, you're like short. So like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Another trend that I missed. You know, the cinnamon challenge. When that was like a
Oh,
big thing, I
Don't
missed
do
it.
that one. That's painful. I
Painful?
know.
Are you speaking from experience, T?
It was a bad day. Don't jump on. You don't need. That's not even a trend. That's
It was a
just bad.
trend.
You know what I did in college? That was a trend.
huh.
Planking. Do you guys remember planking?
No.
You know, you just like lay on a table and you just plank. You're supposed to stand there for forever, but I
Yeah.
always got bored.
No. No. No.
Or the Kiki challenge. Remember when people were like outside of the car, like Kiki?
Yeah, I remember that trend. It was one of those trends where it looked so cool on Instagram. I just never could get like enough courage and like confidence to like pull it off.
And coordination.
Yeah.
I just would trip.
Uh-huh.
I'd be like
It's-
the fail, like the Kiki
Uh-huh,
fails that you
exactly.
see when you
Same
get
here.
hit by a car.
Yeah, it's kind of like how we talked about doing all these like TikTok
Yeah.
dances, and we just didn't get to them.
It's
you
because
know?
I got intimidated.
Me too.
Y'all are good.
They're
I
so
don't even
good.
know what. There's
Yeah.
and a
Uh-huh. I will partake in that trend by watching those videos.
You know, I also miss, this can be a throwback to the fall, but
Uh-huh.
Visco girls, along with TikTok, you know, the
Yes.
tis and Ayoop.
Uh-huh.
Like, I didn't get it for like a solid 2 weeks on a Wednesday night,
Yeah.
and then I saw it. Visco
Yeah.
girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed the scrunchies and the hydro flask, all of it. We just missed
The
it.
long t-shirts. I feel like friendship bracelets are a thing of the past.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But quarantine would have been a great time to do it, you know?
It really would have, but
Like
oh well.
hours sitting watching Disney Plus. Okay, also another trend that I missed. Popeyes versus Chick-Fil-A. Remember when it was
Ooh,
a thing?
Yes.
People were like comparing and like saying Popeyes was the new like Chick-fil-A.
It's such a hot take.
It was such a hot take, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, I just like I never tried it
It's okay. You know who didn't also like take part in that trend?
Who?
Hunter.
because he's from Florida.
Probably. But hey, I have this idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if we go right now, get in my car,
Okay.
we go to 5 different places that has chicken sandwiches.
Okay.
And sweet tea.
I
We're
like this.
we're kind of from the south, so
Can
we
we
could
get
get sweet
fries?
tea and fries.
So
Yeah.
like the whole meal.
A whole meal. We come
Okay.
back with it. We bring Hunter in,
Okay.
and we rate our favorites from those 5 restaurants.
I'm
Sounds like a deal?
so hungry. Let's
All
go.
right, let's do it. And we're back with all the chicken sandwiches.
Hunter, what are we rating today?
So we are going to rate chicken sandwiches 1 to 5, French fries 1 to 5, sweet tea 1 to 5.
All right, so we got Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Bojangles, Zaxby's, Popeyes. Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Okay, let's start with chicken sandwich.
We're here at church.
sandwiches.
Okay. Okay, there's a pickle. So this is the classic chicken sandwich. Cut into these nice little quarters. Now, how do you feel about pickles on your sandwich? Because I'm a fan.
I'm a fan as well, and I didn't get one.
Listen, I'm a fan of waffle fries. I know some people have their opinions, but I also really love
Oh,
the waffle butts.
No, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, they're good. I'm gonna dip it in Chick-fil-A. I don't love ice. I will say that. The problem for me with ice is it shifts and like smacks you in the face halfway through. But if I was to prefer ice, I would like pellet ice.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I agree completely.
I
It's
like all
the
forms
best
of ice.
ice. Let's start with the sandwich. I'm gonna go 4 out of 5. No pickle on mine. It was a little bit soggy, which is because they seal it in that thing.
I gave it a 4.5.
You give it 4.5?
Yeah.
4.5
For the sandwich.
For the sandwich.
Consistency overall, texture, I give it a solid 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
4's all around, just
Sweet.
about. And he's a trend breaker.
Now, what are your thoughts on the fries?
I mean, waffle fries though, so like 5 out of 5, duh.
I'm gonna
5 out of 5?
Yeah.
Let's not argue about this. It's not gonna turn into another hot takes episode.
It is the Lord's chicken.
I'm gonna give them a 5 too. I know.
I'm giving them a 3. They're never. No, I'm giving them
3?
a
3?
2.5.
No.
A 2.5?
They're never salty enough.
No.
No.
They didn't age well. These are a little bit cold. Heads
In
up.
transport.
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah.
Moving on to Wendy's.
Wendy's time. All right, we've
Yes.
heard from our good office assistant, Elizabeth. That's probably not her title. I'm sorry if that isn't. That Wendy's is the best sandwich, and I can't help but think that she's wrong. It's better than I was expecting.
A little dry.
It's dry.
It was a little dry. Elizabeth,
I don't know.
you're wrong.
But then you get a little kick of the
Oh,
seasoning.
the kick is
A little
nice.
kick in the back of your throat.
Okay.
I like that.
It's better than I was expecting. Not great.
Moving on to the fries.
French
Fries.
French fries.
Guys, I'm a sucker for some
Touchdown.
Wendy's fries. They're so good. Here's what I like about them. They're salty. They did wilt a little bit
Yeah,
though.
these are
Yeah.
not.
Wendy's is letting me down.
Sweet tea's coming along.
To finish it off.
Okay. Oh, it's a little sweeter than expected.
Ooh, that's very sweet.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's go chicken sandwich first. Unhe. Kick it off.
Sorry, Elizabeth. 1.
Ooh.
I also am gonna give it a 2.
I'm gonna go 2 as well. French fries on here.
Ooh, a 1.
Oh, 1.
Yeah, 1 as well. They're the worst fast food fries I've ever had.
Yeah.
Sweet tea though.
Tea.
2.5.
I would give it. Man, I just hate to do this to Wendy's, but a 2. I think for me it was just a little bit too sweet, but I liked the flavor.
Yeah.
I agree
so
with
it's
that.
good.
I'm gonna go 2. The ice throws it off a little bit.
Water?
Yes.
Oh yeah, a little palate cleanser.
All right, what do we got next?
We got Bojangles, Chicken Sammy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what I will like about it. I already can tell I might like this one. It's interesting.
Different type of bun.
The
Yeah,
bun's
for sure.
different.
Is it potato? Is it a potato?
No, it's a bun tea. It's not I
It's
do like
crunchy.
I do like the mayonnaise with the tomato. That's a nice combo.
Overall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
A little spice to it.
Okay, Bojangles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Well, all right. Let's do fries now.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the fries down.
Now let's try the Bo special sauce.
Oh. With the fries?
Would it be a game changer? I
Sure.
don't know.
I don't know.
Pass on the fry sauce. The fries are great. I'll throw that
Oh,
out.
the sauce is interesting.
What is that? There's like
Yeah.
With the
I don't know if I would
fries
do
on
it again, but it's pretty interesting. Okay, sweet tea.
Yep. Sweet tea to wash it down.
Oh, that sweet tea tastes like nothing. You sure this isn't water?
Oh. Okay, it's not bad actually.
It's
No, it's
incredibly
less sweet.
light.
It's less sweet, yeah, but look at the color. It's like see-through.
I
Chicken
would rate it.
sandwich, tea. What are your thoughts?
Okay, I didn't love the bun as much as I liked, and for that, I'm gonna give it a 3.
I'm gonna go 2. I think it's worse than Wendy's.
Ooh,
Actually, no. I'm gonna go 1. I think it's worse than Wendy's.
that's strong.
I'm gonna give it a 2. I thought it was a little bit better than Wendy's.
French fries.
I didn't like the French fries. I like the seasoning. Again, a 3.
I'm gonna go 4 on the French fries.
Okay.
I like the seasoning a lot. When
Yeah.
they're fresh, they're really good.
Yeah, I do like the steak cut.
Yeah.
That's
I like
good.
the steak cut.
I'll give it a 3.
All
I
right.
think a 3 would be good.
Sweet tea,
3.
2.
big 1.
Zaxby's.
Okay. Okay.
Chicken,
Oh, now this
chicken
is
sandwich
interesting.
meal.
With the bread, the buttered bread.
A little Texas toast.
Yeah, little Texas. I love Texas toast as a kid. Ooh. This is just a classic Zaxby's, or is this spicy?
Chicken. So is
Okay.
that with spice?
There's gonna have some spice to it.
Is it mayonnaise on it?
I'm not. I think it's ranch.
It's ranch and some kind of buffalo sauce.
Oh man.
Okay, I love crinkle cut fries though.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably
Are
my
those your favorite cut?
favorite. After waffle fries.
That's true.
Here's the problem
It's like
with
the cousin of a waffle fry. It's like it wanted to be a waffle fry, but it just didn't make the cut. You see what I did there?
It didn't make the cut, huh?
here's the problem with Zaxby's fries. They send you home with this. The steam makes them like
Soggy.
Well, that's a hot
frail
take.
and nasty. These are great fresh, but takeaway,
Uh-huh.
kind of terrible.
Oh,
It actually was a great sweet tea.
yeah. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna give that a 4. Thoughts?
Sweet tea?
Sweet tea, I'm gonna say 4 as well.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
4.
4.
Wow.
Oh, high
we
marks
agreed on
for
something.
Zaxby's. Look at us.
Okay. Can I have fries?
1. They didn't stand out.
1, bad.
Yeah, I say 1
Zaxby's.
too. Oh, we're really agreeing on our
The
Zaxby's
sandwich?
experience.
What are your thoughts?
I'm sorry, like a 2.
I'm gonna say 3.
Okay.
It was okay.
I wouldn't go for it again.
I'm just like too mean to give it a 1, so I'm gonna say 2.
Okay. Cool. All right, guys. The last but not the least.
Oh my gosh, Popeyes.
The
Now,
most
isn't the
famous.
controversy the Popeyes to Chick-Fil-A debate?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited. I will say this is a pretty decent looking sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
Got that really thick pickles on it.
Uh-huh. I love the bun.
Another.
That's good.
That's good.
I love it.
That's better than Chick-fil-A.
I don't know what
for sure.
Popeyes doing, but that's good.
Fries?
Popeyes fries, underrated. Great seasoning. They're usually really crispy when you first get them.
Ooh,
I'm
you're right.
excited.
Those are cooked pretty crispy like.
There is no sweet tea though coming from Popeyes.
That's
They
too
were
bad.
out of it, so we just have to rate the fries and the chicken sandwich.
That was good. I don't know. Remember what I did at Chick-Fil-A, but I'm giving that a 4.
5 on the chicken Sammy for me. I'm falling apart food-wise right now.
I'm gonna have to give it a 4.5
A 4.5.
because I gave Chick-fil-A a 5.
Just a little step down.
Just a little step down, you know?
How about the
Almost
fries?
made it. A 4.5.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna say if they were fresh, I'd give them a 4.5. But because they were little cool, I'm gonna go with a 4.
4 for me as well.
Sweet.
Wow.
No Chick-fil-A or no sweet teas.
No sweet tea though.
Okay.
All right. Do we have the results, Elizabeth?
Your
Woo!
Okay.
Makes sense.
That,
There's a tie. Chick-fil-A and Popeyes?
Chick-fil-A fries are bad.
Interesting.
Chick-fil-A?
No.
Chick-fil-A?
No.
Whatever your
Chick-fil-A
guy's
fries
name
are
is,
so
Gordon
good.
something, I believe.
No.
don't listen to
Yes.
him. He's from
Three
Florida.
is also a tie. Chick-fil-A and Zaxby's.
Oh, okay. I can see
I
that.
see you.
That's it.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
well,
cool.
glad we discovered that.
Got to the bottom
I
of the
still say
chicken.
that Chick-fil-A is the best. Okay.
Hello and welcome to the first annual Two Rivers Student Ministry Water Olympics. The first game, Two Rivers Tug of War with the slip and slide and tradition. I hope you enjoy this. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. We won. Alright, so we're gonna play everybody dodge. Everybody dodgeball. I inhaled. On your mark, good sir. Go! Go. Oh! You out! Freaking dodge that, Roski! Watch it!
This is T Coolest out reporting on the field. Today we're playing Slip and Slide Dodgeball Edition. 3, 2, 1, go!
Perfect! Oh, dude, Will! You ran the whole thing!
Hey, you won the slip and slide.
Everything?
thingy.
Yeah.
No, not the whole thing.
Oh,
You
okay.
won the how farthest, right?
Yeah,
How's that feel?
good. Better than I ever dreamed, honestly.
Wow.
To be the champion, it's just more than I could ever dream for.
Uh-huh.
A lot of sweat, bro. I would think want to thank God. I want to thank my mom and dad for supporting me tirelessly throughout this whole process. No thanks goes to Tim. Tim has been a distraction throughout this whole process. But at the end of the day, bless up. We have to play soccer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Foul. Sir. Oh, look at this bomb. Oh, pass the bomb. No goal. No goal. Ref. No goal or goal. Go get the ball.
Goal or no goal?
Goal.
Goal. Yeah.
Hunter. Come on, Hunter. Make him. Goal. Out. Our ball. Goal or no goal?
No goal.
Come here.
Goal.
Pass the ball. T.
Oh.
Go, T. Goal.
No goal. No goal.
Oh! Not even a close. Come on.
No goal.
Come on. Oh! I just scored. Hey, to the message.
Hey guys, it's Will. I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit from our series in James that we've been going through. Something I've been thinking about. So when I was growing up, probably close to a lot of your all's ages, I always pictured what my life would look like 10, 20 years down the road. And there was something in common every single time. I was going to have a wife and kids and a big fancy house and all sorts of different fun things to do, a boat, and just be living large. That's the dream that I always had for myself. And I'm going to guess that probably a lot of you guys, when you look into the future, potentially, you're thinking 10, 20 years down the road, that's probably what you want your life to look like. I think that's kind of what we're fed. That's the quote unquote the American dream, is to just have an unlimited amount of money and all the different things that you could possibly want. And that's a little bit of a misconception. And this passage in James that we're going to look at today is it's kind of a gut check on that reality. And it's awesome because God speaks through James directly to that issue. And ultimately, that's an issue of the heart, and it's an issue of trust. So let's go ahead and take a look at it's James 5, verses 1 through 6. Come now, you rich, weep and howl for the miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches have rotted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver have corroded, and their corrosion will be evidence against you, and will eat your flesh like fire. You have laid up treasure in the last days. Behold, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, which you kept back by fraud, are crying out against you. And the cries of the harvesters have reached the ears of the Lord of hosts. You have lived on the earth in luxury and in self-indulgence. You have fattened your hearts in a day of slaughter. You have condemned and murdered the righteous person. He does not resist you. So this passage, it's interesting. James is actually writing this passage to non-believers, rich, wealthy people who are not Christians. And that's kind of weird if you think about it, because why would James be writing this passage to a group of people that probably aren't even going to read this? Because at the end of the day, James wouldn't have been writing this book to a group of non-believers. He would have been writing this to a group of people who believed in Jesus. And so it kind of serves two purposes in that. One, we can see in this passage, there's a lot of Christians that were being abused by rich, wealthy non-Christians. And so it kind of serves as not encouragement, but reassurance that those people, although it looks like they're getting away with the way that they're living right now, God's the ultimate judge, and God's going to deal with their hearts the way He sees fit. And in this situation, it says God's not going to resist taking care of that. And so it serves as an encouragement to those Christians that are being abused by those people, but it also serves as a warning. Because, it's that trap that I was kind of talking about where I look forward into the future of what I wanted my life to look like, and I wanted all of these different things that money could buy, and I just wanted things and money. But at the end of the day, that's not what God is calling us to. And so it really serves as a warning to all of these believers that maybe would be jealous of these rich and wealthy non-believers. See, there's nothing wrong with wealth in and of itself. There's nothing wrong with having money. God doesn't condemn people that have money, because there's a lot of awesome Christians that do have money. But what James is talking about here is hoarding, extravagance, and injustice. You see, there's rich people who hoard their money. Their money is their money, and they're not going to share that money with anyone. And they're not going to share their things with anyone. And God is saying, no, that's not okay. Like, that's not why I've blessed people with wealth. And the other thing is extravagance. So many people who have a lot of money, what they want to do always is they want to show off their wealth. You know, they want people to know, I'm rich, and I'm more rich than you. And that's not okay at the end of the day, because we're trying to take things into our control. And then the last thing is injustice. People will oftentimes, when they have a lot of money, use that money to use people. And that's really not okay. Or maybe they'll get someone to do some work for them and then maybe not pay them in an appropriate way. That's an example of using your wealth for injustice. And James just calls that out. So like I said, we have that a reassurance to people who are being abused by rich non-Christians, and we also have just that warning to Christians of like, hey, that may look great and all, but these people and their wealth, like, it's serving their purpose right now, and there's no eternal glory that comes with that wealth. There's two other verses that I want to look at that kind of go along with this. The first one is 1 Timothy 6:9. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. What this verse is talking about is just the idea that when we desire and pursue money, we're not pursuing God. And that leads us to a dangerous place where we're not relying on God. And the decisions that we start to make are often made in regard to pursuing more wealth and pursuing just more earthly things. And when that's our pursuit, it really, ultimately, it just draws us completely away from God. And we're consciously saying that we're going to turn our backs on God. And then another passage that I want to share with you, Hunter talked about Proverbs last week and just the great wisdom that comes from Proverbs. So I want to share with you Proverbs 30, verses 8 and 9. It says, "Remove far from me falsehood and lying. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food that is needful for me, lest I be full and deny you and say, 'Who is the Lord?' Or lest I be poor and steal and profane the name of God." This verse is kind of funny to me because it's kind of saying, like, God, bless me right in the middle. Bless me with just enough to get through today, God, and no more and no less. But like we talked about, this book is full of wisdom, and the great wisdom in that is that when we have too much, we kind of have the tendency to rely on ourselves and stop relying on God. But then if we don't have enough, we can turn to things like stealing or just trying to take things into our own hand because ultimately we don't feel like we have enough. And so what this verse is saying is we need to ask God for just enough for today. God, give us this day our daily bread. It's like the Lord's Prayer. And it's really cool how all of these different verses in the Bible tie together ultimately. So what does this all mean for us? I think what it means is we need to stop and evaluate. Like, am I living a content life? Am I satisfied with what God has given me? And am I trusting that God is going to give me everything that I need? So I'd encourage you guys to just take some time and reflect if that's the reality for you. And if it's not, I encourage you to just rely on God in taking that away from you and ultimately just ask God to forgive you for not relying on him, but then ultimately ask him to just change your desires to what he wants for you. Let's pray. God, thank you for just allowing us to spend a little time together and just ask that, God, you would change our hearts if need be. Or God, you would encourage us if we're living a life that's reliant on you, because God, that's awesome, and that's what you want for us. So God, just in the next few days, I just ask that you would allow us to have some time to reflect on what it means to truly follow you and to desire you instead of the things of this world. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Take it away.
Well, thanks for that reminder, dude. Really appreciate that. God definitely does value the way we view our money, and it's a serious thing that we should take seriously.
Yeah,
So,
thanks, Will.
yeah, Will, thank you so much, man. Wherever you are at right
Will,
now,
thank you.
I love you so much, man. Thank you.
Will, thank you.
Will, thank you. Will, I can't say it enough. Thank you.
Will, just
Thank you.
just a little weird.
Yeah, don't whisper in the mic, you weirdo.
Sorry.
Thank you, Will. I love you. Hey, we've got a couple of things coming up. T, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, tomorrow, second best day of the week besides Wednesdays. You know what it is. Thursday trivia, 4
Oh, yeah.
o'clock. We'll be there. You should too.
For sure. Make sure you check us out on Instagram for the information for that.
Yep. And also to keep up to date with any special events that are coming in the month of June and July.
Oh, yeah. And we've got some special events coming. So follow us. The links will be somewhere around here.
Probably covering Hunter's face right now.
Hopefully.
Mhm.
Gosh, I'm ugly. That's all we got, right?
That's all we got. Thanks for joining us tonight. We love you. We miss you.
Bye, Will. I love you. I miss you.
Bye. Well, bye.
Bye, Will. I miss you. Thanks, Will.